It's track reviews.
Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And it is time for a track review. We're pumping these babies out this week because we got a lot of tracks to cover, a lot of tracks to talk about. Before we get too deep into this one, I do want to mention this video is sponsored by the good people over at The Ridge. They make these nifty, sexy, awesome, efficient, sleek, metal, plated wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Replace your old, disgusting, bulky leather wallet today using the link down below. All right, Green Day. Legendary pop punk outfit. They are back. They are back. It's been a while since you heard Billy and the Gang with a new album. Revolution Radio was their last one in 2016. Wasn't crazy about that one. Not sure if I'm going to be crazy about this one either, or if it'll just drive me crazy. I guess we'll see. Father of All seems to be the title of this new record. The lead single off of it is the opening track, the title track. Let's see if they continue to bring those pop punk vibes. Let's see if the production's good. Let's see if the songwriting's good. Let's see if the singing is better than it was on the last record. Let's just see. Let's just see. Ba-bam. What the hell was that shit? What? Are you kidding me right now? Is this a joke? Is this actually a Green Day song? Am I clicking on the right thing? Is this a glitch? Is this a glitch in the Matrix? Was the wrong song placed on this streaming platform under the title Father of All by Green Day? I'm not even sure where to start. This is like not really playing into any of Green Day's strengths, their typical style, their typical sound, really nothing. If this track is anything, it pretty much just sounds like a rehash of so many long forgotten, generic, totally worthless, rock and roll influenced indie bands from like 2003, 2004, exactly the era of time in which Green Day was writing anthemic concept records like American Idiot. There were all these completely throwaway bands that, look, as much as I don't really care for that era of Green Day, what they were doing during that time was far more memorable than like what a band such as Jet were doing like around this time period. Or a band like, I don't know, The Vines, or even like some of what the Hives were doing around this time, as much as I do like the Hives' early work. I mean, look, the drum beat on this thing is tight, the guitar riffs are pretty tight, but it's not a punk song. And not that Green Day needs to play punk rock music until the day that every member of the band dies. Obviously, they've come out with enough low-key ballads, as well as anthemic songs, as well as alternative rock songs over the span of their career to prove that they're not just a one-trick pony, they're not just a punk band. But again, I don't get this weird and sudden retread into a sound that existed alongside one of Green Day's most popular periods in their career. They outlasted it because objectively, the sound that they were playing with around the American Idiot period was more unique and more worthwhile than what so many of these loser, bad indie, faux rock bands were doing. So why they would want to recreate a sound that is now dead, that died and was not as good, I have no idea. And the fact that they're not really doing anything with the sound, they're not putting their own spin on it. Billy Joe's vocals sound absolutely freaking ridiculous on this song. It's just this really weird, distorted, fuzzed out falsetto that is totally nondescript. I would have never, ever had guessed this was a Green Day song if you just gave this track to me totally untitled, blank. I would have never guessed it was Green Day in a million years. There should be recognizable trademark elements to your sound and your style that effectively carry over to a degree in no matter what you're doing. So even if you are doing a track of a different style, people still recognize that it's you. And that could be anything depending on the artist, but in the context of Green Day, I would at least hope that I would be able to recognize the voice of one of the most well-known singers in modern rock, but I can't. And it's not even simply the falsetto that
Billy Joe
is singing in on this track, but the fact that it is so laid out with effects and distorted that it's really difficult to get much of anything out of the lyrics. I mean, a lot of them are kind of garbled and unintelligible. I guess I'll give it to some of the guitar work, again, being kind of tight, and the drum work being kind of tight, but the tune on this thing sucks. It's cheap. The style is dead and died a while ago and really had no reason to come back. Like, there are tracks off of Revolution Radio, which again, I do not like, that objectively kick this song's ass. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this. It's a bit of a shock to hear Green Day playing with this sound and approaching it in such a way where it just comes off even cheaper than it originally was. Just a really bad, worthless, garage rock influenced indie tune with a kind of rowdy attitude and a bumpin' drum beat. Maybe even White Stripes influence to a degree, but I feel like bringing that up would be too much of an insult to the White Stripes. And again, I feel like some of the groups I mentioned earlier serve as a better point of comparison anyway. So again, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think of this track down in the comments. It's not very good. It's not good. And I hope that the rest of the record isn't like this. Jesus. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Green Day, forever.